Alright guys, Lunarcomplex here, and this is a quick tutorial, not really quick, but... Well, this is a tutorial on how to kill Araxxor, or Araxxor, however you pronounce him. And basically what I'm doing now is summoning a yak and putting 30 rock tails in it. So, yeah. And basically after burning a fire to get some HP bonus. And the gear that I have on are my Ascension crossbows, full Pernix, Ring of Wealth, Dragon Rider, Amulet. You can have a sign of life or death on you so that you respawn or you revive yourself after you die, because there is a KO spider involved in this. And he could randomly spawn right on top of you. But I'm using Ascension bolts. What else? And I'm just using my max cape. So with that gear, costs about 540 mil. I haven't tried this with Armadale or Chaotic Crossbows, but I'm sure it is possible. Not sure what the setup you have to use though is. But as you can see, after depositing 30 rocktails into my yak, you don't use those until phase 4. You do not. That's at least what I do. So, and this is a pre-recording of one of my kills, so it's one of my fastest kills yet, in that 12 minutes 55 seconds. But yeah, take an overload with you, anti-poison plus, and 3 or 4 super restore flasks, and the rest Cerebrews. Now, I think I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using the Penance. I think it's Penance. The Penance Aurora. Basically, you gain prayer based on what damage you have received. So, the more you get damaged, the more your prayer goes up. You really don't need super restores when you have that. This is one of the first times I tried it, so I didn't really know. But now, once you get here, you need high agility to take the shortcut, obviously. But basically, when you get here, you want the same setup as I have. Instead of S down at the bottom of my bar, you're gonna want unload there, because unload does a lot of damage and you don't have to stay in the secluded area when you use the ability I have there. But I change it now so it is unload, but not in this video. And there's my gear setup actually, so yeah, activating the Penance Aurora now. And basically when you log in, you have to do a custom match every single time, which is 200,000 gold, but it is worth it. So worth it. It's only 200,000 gold. And they're even going to buff the secondary drops from Araxxor eventually, so you should be getting a lot more money per kill. And now basically when you, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, when you enter an area, basically just follow this setup where, oh, that guy. Just start a custom session, pay 200,000 gold, whatever combat level, doesn't matter. I just do my friends only anyway. And now right as you enter in, basically you're going to do what I do, which is get your logout ready, log out to lobby. Because if Araxxor comes down and his leg, the bottom of his legs are not blue, you want to log out. In this case, they're blue, so I did not log out. And then you drink your overload, you drink your anti, and you, I have my quick prayer set up to, the best, what is it? That, I can't remember the name of it. Well, I have protection of item, and the, oh, it's right there on my, bonuses. It's the first thing right there above my, summoning icon, so you want that basically. It ups your damage output and stuff, accuracy and stuff like that. So just, yeah, that's what you should have as quick prayers. And then you're going to click that after your overload and anti and protection against or reflect mage. And yeah, he usually attacks 5 times with his normal attack and then does a special attack, which could be the web thing. He gets you stuck in web, or he might heal, or he could basically drag you toward him and attempt a slashing attack. And if you move 1 square out of it, you're fine. Your familiar though could die. It could be hit for a lot. So you want to use anticipation, which is the second to last thing on my ability bar, where he won't even be able to drag you to him. And when he has the webs over him and when he's healing, do not hit him. It reflects directly onto you. But this is basically what you do in phase 1. Once he does his little web special attack, you just move over, keep clicking, you'll get out of it. And then keep using Devotion, which was during it, you unlocked it during the second world event. And yeah, just keep clicking him. And as you can see, I move 1 square over and not get hit, but my familiar did because he's a freaking idiot. And yeah, get him down to basically dead during phase 1 because it is the easiest phase to basically do damage and not use a lot of resources. And I'm going to go for the mid section, or the mid path in this, because the first path that was unlocked was not available at the time. Or no, it was available at the time, but mid path just seems a lot more easier for some reason. You are more contained, so you are at a higher risk of getting insta-KO'd by the stupid little freaking green spider, but if you have a sign of life or death, you can basically make it getting hit once. He shouldn't creep up on you more than twice. But as you can see there, Araxxor slashed. I didn't get pulled back because I am using my abilities correctly. But yeah, during the first phase, you should not use more than 2 Cerebrews, more than half of a restore flask if you don't have the Aurora, and one portion of your Overload and Super Anti. And basically, at 2 minutes, you're going to want to, around 2 minutes, or maybe 40,000 life left on Araxxor, burn down whichever gate you want to go through, or path. And as soon as you get here, you start wave 2, or phase 2. Basically, you're going to want to be on the furthest part of the acid right there. Wait for him to come up, and then move a little bit more back, so that he is on the acid. What you're trying to do is fill up the bar above to halfway. And when it's at halfway, that is 100% because this is a solo and not duo, so it's not going to fill up to 200% or 100% for each person. Basically, what you're going to do is eventually you're going to want to move him to the very top of the end of the path on the mid path here. And he basically disperses the acid on the pathway and it will break eventually. So right now, maybe at around 35%, I'm going up here and the bar will start decreasing. And I think you're going to want to decrease around 150%. And there's that insta-KO spider, which I happily dodged. And yeah, so you could bring him down here and fill up the bar. And it'll be at 100%, go all the way up there, stay up there till it's gone, come down and only get 50 more %. But you could do that twice. Or you could just do a little bit at a time, which is more of what I'm doing now, so I don't stay in one position for him to slash, because it looks like he's doing melee, but he's actually not. He's just getting very close to you because of the pathway you chose. You have to move him onto the acid, and so he's going to stay right next to you, so it's easier to do. I don't really understand why they did that, but whatever. And eventually he'll just keep eroding the pathway, and he'll eventually do these things. Just stand to where you can basically do that. That ball will go towards you in a few seconds. Just go next to those things. He will not spawn little spider guys, and you will only get hit for 300 and not 3,000. And then I get hit there, but you know, what can you do? Now, by the time I get to the last phase, I still have quite a bit of Cerebrews left, so you can afford to get hit by his melee quite a few times. The only thing you should really worry about is your familiar, because once he dies, it kind of sucks to have to pick up all of your food off the floor, especially if it's before phase 4. Then it really sucks because you just lost all that food. And I typically only have maybe 5 or less rocktails left by the end of phase 4. But still lots of Cerebrews, but you can't click those fast enough and keep doing everything. It's really difficult. But yeah, just keep up with the abilities I'm using. You know, freedom, devotion, anticipation, that sort of thing. And now I'm an idiot and he's not in the acid and I don't really notice it. So almost being half on the acid is not on the acid. You have to move over. He's still not on the acid. Now he is. And then there's the insta KO spider. 1 second delayed and I would have been dead there. Those are really, really annoying. And those are the only risk factor in this whole entire boss fight. Nothing else really does much except for that thing. Even in phase 4, it's what happens at the end there isn't really bad. But yeah, after enough acids on the bridge, it will break and you'll jump down and just kind of do what you did in phase 1. Just watch out for the insta KO spider, and you technically don't have to lure those spiders right there that don't have a bar over them. They're highly acidic spiders. But basically you would click on it and then run right across Araxxor so that the spider follows you and hits Araxxor and makes him become acidic. But I don't really understand why do that. I just, you know, sit here and shoot him. But anyway, there's another insta KO. And that one had plenty of time for me to move away from it. And now, the reason you might end up being here for a very long time if you do not do enough damage in the first 2 phases, because basically all the spiders around you outside of the map that heal him have a set amount of healing whatever to them. So if you don't bring Araxxor down in the first phase or second phase enough, they'll end up healing him a whole bunch during this phase. And this is the hardest phase, or the one you're at most risk. So you want to hurry up and kill Araxxor. And yeah, I don't even lure any of the smaller spiders. So, and this is my fastest run. So I don't really see any point in doing that anymore. I'd rather not run right into a freaking KO spider. I'd rather just, you know, kind of just stand out here and shoot him. But yeah, like I said, if you do not destroy those little seed pop thingies, whatever, that fall down, those guys will spawn and you'll get hit for a lot. I got hit for 1200 just then, so yeah. And now the KO spiders seem to spawn a little ways away from you, but I've died and not seen one, so I'm sure they've spawned right over me, which is just, it really sucks. But yeah, he's at probably like 30k something. And if you don't know what devotion does, the ability I just used with the shield thing around you, it is 100% immunity to whatever you're reflecting for so many seconds. There's another KO spider. They come up quite a bit, so be prepared. I think it's every 5 attacks he does a special, and the KO spider is one of the special. So look out for them. And careful not to use your ultimate ability when he has a web. So like right now I would not use an ultimate ability because he's done 5 attacks and he could do a special, being his web healing thingy. And there's another KO spider. So he did a KO spider, and then he concealed me in a web for a special, and then another KO spider. Won't always be like that, but you gotta look out for them. And then you get to wave 4, or phase 4, which Araxxor just comes out here and is like, oh no, I'm dead. And then Araxxor comes and kills him. And now Araxxor has 100k health and will basically be a copy of Araxxor until 50k health. But while you're killing, or while you're attacking him, the whole time he will counter your prayers. So you can quickly prayer switch, but as soon as you like switch to reflect range, he'll start shooting magic at you. And his the magic attack goes pretty fast. So you'll be reflecting range, and then as soon as you reflect range, he'll go to magic, and before you even have time to switch, he'll already be shooting a magic attack, and it's kind of dumb. But you don't really have to worry about them too much. This is where you do withdraw all of your food and just eat eat and eat and eat, and do what is it? The I can't remember. Auto retaliate. That's what it is. You're gonna want to auto retaliate so that when you move away from the thing that comes out at 25k health, that you're still going to be attacking him. Basically, the phases 1 through 3 do not do auto retaliate, and because you don't want to end up accidentally keep attacking him as he does his healing thing, because he'll reflect all the damage onto you. So now we're at 23,000 health, and he has this black thing like the Corporal Beast. Basically, it will bounce around 4 or 5 times and then bounce on you, and you can move 2 squares over, and then once it attacks you, you can move 2 squares over and then forget about it for a bit, because it will just bounce around and then back onto you. And it does a lot of damage, like in the 2000s, 2,330. I almost died right there, but just keep moving, auto retaliate, your abilities and healing, you should be fine. Make sure though, throughout the whole battle, you periodically use your overloads. Do not run out of a overload, because the reason why you use overloads is because, I mean, it does give you bonuses to your skills, but it helps with the fact that when you use Cerebrews, they decrease everything basically, but your overloads help that, so they do not decrease your skills. And then boom, he's dead. That's basically all there is to killing Araxxor, or Araxxor, whatever you want to call him. And a lot of people say he's a pretty hard boss, but with the right amount of items equipped and everything, he's not really that difficult. The only thing that I've been killed by has been the insta KO spiders. That is it. And like I said, they're gonna up the drop, his secondary drops, which will be great. But yeah, this is how you do mid, basically, the mid pathway for Araxxor. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.